giant sometime in here, and then we're going to have to deal with the hag, too. Unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with all three of them at the same time.
What do you think the
It's a good idea to assassinate anybody right now.
The Acarine blades in their own right? What do you think the odds of them turning on their giant masters?
Fairly good if we could get them about it on our side. I mean, we got the ship's crew on our side.
Shad shakes his head. Shad says, I don't think the Acaramans are slaves to the giants. I think they use them.
And they're
The giants.
One at a time. Who's talking?
I don't think they're slaves to him, but I think they're in service to him. When one superpower comes to take over another superpower, people change alliances real quick.
Shad says it's a business arrangement between them. I don't think there's any kind of love or hate. I think the Acaramans will go whichever way the wind blows.
I think that Kate to get stepped on or have
Our only unknown is how many giants are in court. Or is it just Caesar?
I'm sure there's more than one.
He says, how many giants are there? 100? 50? 1,000? I can't count much higher.
Haven't done a census.
Shad says one of them attacked us in the middle of the country.
Yeah, that was a hill giant or a stone.
That was right.
So if they can send a giant to attack us in the middle of the country, I'm sure there's enough of them to spare. Well, that may be. Were the harpies just there? Was the golem just there? I don't think so.
But she was present when they showed up. She wasn't present when we fought the hill giant.
Do we know that?
No, not really.
There's always some big power from the person in power.
I think she's followed us for quite a while and only revealed herself when we went to Dr. Dan.
The storm giant was pissed off. We killed one of his kin.
1 second, guys.
I'm thinking I'm a hero, taking out the dragon. And we'll go from there.
When you say storm giants and stuff, Guy just is like, all giants are giants. He doesn't differentiate one from the other. They're all just giants. Shad isn't sure. He hears Pykel say stone giant, and I hear storm giant, and he knows that there's different kinds of giants, but he's not really sure what the difference is, unless one is bigger than another. So
size, intelligence.
Shad doesn't know that. Shad just is like, a giant is like where they live. If a giant is a hill giant, well, I guess they live in the hills. Where does a stone giant live? Where there's stone. Where does a storm giant live? Well, I don't know.
In the clouds.
Yeah, and Shad thinks about that because he can manipulate weather and storms, and these creatures manipulate weather and storms, and he's like, wow, there's a certain affinity with them, but he's not sure how to figure that out. It's confusing to him. Shad is confused a lot, but there you go. Or at least it seems that way.
If he knows more than anybody, living in the woods.
Shad wasn't meant to know. Shad was meant for other things, and he had to adapt.
Brad, are you at the airport? Oh, hold on. Let me just interrupt. Brad, are you at the airport right now?
No. I'm out in front of my brother's house in High Ridge.
Oh.
Waiting for him to get his crew loaded up.
So he's not even at the airport yet.
No.
But you're still with us. That's good. That's good enough.
All right, that was all. I just was curious. Go ahead. Continue the scene if you would like to.
I don't have a dose.
Chad's not sure about you, Bart. He sees you, because he has a sense of the balance, he sees you as being chaotic. He can sense, no, you're chaotic. You're not out of balance, because there's somebody like Guy who is actually quite lawful, ultimately. Guy follows a line, and you don't. You do what you want to do. And so Chad's kind of sensitive to that, and that's why he seems wishy-washy. The only person who's ever took the time to talk with Shad at length has been Vanessa. So nobody really knows him that well.
You're a little looking for you like a cat.
Yeah, Shad can be, like a bird or a cat, like a crow or a cat. That makes good sense.
Oh, shit.
You can move that stuff on the floor. There you go.
Earmuffs. I'm all there.
Right.
I wear earmuffs in like 70-degree weather. So. Looks like you got a full boat there, Brad.
All right. Well, Brad is looks like he's on his way. So, Bart.
Be safe, Brad.
Yeah, Bart will. Bart will start to wistfully look away as if daydreaming about something else.
Shad will shake his head.
Okay, so if you guys are, unless there's something else that you want to talk about here at while the food is consumed, we can move along.
Shad never eats the food they provide. He eats his own stuff.
Okay, good to know.
I'm like eating bruised good berries by now. So.
Okay, so unless there's something you guys wish to do, we'll just skip ahead to the evening and tell me where you are once the sun is down and
Shad will do a personal ritual on deck as the sun sets, and then he'll go below with the rest of the people.
All right. Anyone else?
I might even test the weather to see if it's going to be rough again. Let me do that. Let me just check the weather real quick.
Oh, Brad's got something to say, but he's on mute, so. Be nice if you had some headphones, Brad, with a microphone, but go ahead.
Before I memorize that list of spells, I cast contingency with teleport without air to teleport me out of it if I get in trouble.
Well,
I just posted that.
Let's see what contingency. I know what it is, but I need to see what the.
You have to pick a trigger.
Yeah, what the trigger would be.
Trigger would be if I get knocked unconscious.
Okay. So the one turn casting time indicated is the total for both castings. Okay. So yes, and be of a spell no higher than 1/3 of the caster's experience level rounded down. but not higher than 6th. So are you hungry? You putting on your jammies?
Are you hungry?
Okay, so what level is teleport without air? Do you know?
Biggest bet.
Okay.
56.
Be on mute.
No. I may not be able to do that one.
Let me see.
It is 5th level. It's below 6th.
So you are that. So you can do a 4th level spell or lower.
Oh.
Okay.
Bart.
You got teleport?
Regular teleport and no way I'll
And-
bet in a wall.
Yay.
Teleport is a 5th level.
Ooh.
Let me take on it. Well, waste it.
Teleport without air is 7th.
Oh, damn. That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
That's a pretty powerful spell. I'm in the middle of the 666 abyss. I choose to teleport to a small farmhouse in England. 1652. You're there.
How about Houston? Alright. Sets out a fireball.
The contingent or the spell to be brought into effect by contingency must be one that affects the wizard's person, as in only you. So feather fall, levitation, etc.
Right.
No fireballs, Brad.
I'm gonna need a fly.
Okay, and then what would you?
And the contingency would be if I need to escape.
The conditions needed to bring the spell into effect must be clear, although they can be rather general. For example, a contingency spell cast with airy water spell might prescribe that any time the wizard is plunged into or otherwise engulfed in water, the airy water spell will come into effect, or a contingency could bring a feather fall into effect anytime the wizard falls more than 2 feet. So...
I don't need a feather fall, I got a feather fall ring.
So, you are saying you would like to cast Fly?
Fly, yeah.
And the condition is what?
Hit points hit half. But you have life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let me write that down. Because I know, even though it seems odd, that's sure as shit gonna happen.
That's one of them, yeah, that's one of those boop, 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 boop moments.
By the way, hi Jerry. It's Cobb. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Okay, so let me write down Bart, contingency, half hit points equals fly spell. Okay. Alright, I got it. So, okay. Alright, so, Michael, anything from you before you go to sleep? Oh, you're on mute, my friend.
I said I'll sharpen my axe again.
Okay, that's smart. Definitely. I would say, Bart, you would notice that Peichel has this very odd looking round, like, I don't know if you were playing when he acquired this, but it's, you know what, like soapstone is that you put into a wood burning stove and it kind of keeps the smoke down or something? You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of, it looks like a porous, well, lightweight mineral, and he's using it on his axe, and the axe has, it gives you the impression that the axe is extremely sharp from the use of whatever he is using. It doesn't look like a normal sharpening stone or a piece of granite, something very hard that you would use to sharpen a weapon. This is something different, and you clock that. That doesn't mean you have to comment on it or whatever, but you just notice it, and it's something that you haven't necessarily. And if you've seen it but you don't remember, that's fine. But you see it now, and Jason has his hand up.
If Peichel notices, Shad watches his every motion because Shad has nothing else to do.
This
really.
is
he like watches it.
This
and
would
kind of like.
This would be back in the room, is the way I'm imagining it.
Yeah, yeah. And we're all sitting around, just kind of like chilling out. And Shad watches every one of his motions and kind of like flinches every once in a while, but he's listening to the sound of the stone against the metal. So, Guy, on the other hand, is sitting by the door if he has an option.
Oh, I don't see why not. So there's actually there's two rooms here, and I know before you guys were kind of split up. It was Peichel and Bart in one, and everyone else was in the other one. And then Vanessa came down and was in the room with Boris, Shadrach, Guy, and Paco. But there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 hammocks in each room. So theoretically, if everyone wanted to be in the same room, they could be. It's just a couple people would have to sleep on the floor or whatever. Totally up to you guys how you want to arrange yourself. But
His Majesty gets his own room, I thought.
So
yeah, but we should probably bunk up together until we get landfall at this point.
all right. Well, we'll just stick you over here then, and then you guys can, if you want to interact before you turn in, that's fine. And then, being the paranoid people that you are,
I'd say we have good reason.
Boris will take a watch, and the spellcasters would need to get a good night's rest if they wish to regain their abilities on the morrow. Or if you don't want to regain any of your spells, then you can take a watch as well.
No, Shad just curls into a ball on the floor like he normally does.
So that would leave Paco, Guy, and Boris to do the watches.
Guy and Paco were happy to do that.
Alright. Well, let's have a stupidity roll. Paco, roll me a d20, please.
11.
Okay.
That wasn't stupid enough.
No stupidity happens. The only stupidity happens is everyone's crammed into this one room, and there's lots of normal things that happen when there's that many people in one room. Yeah, a lot of grumping. So, but eventually the sound of movement starts to be heard from up above, and you guys have the day. Go ahead, Shadrach.
Shad would like to go on deck as soon as he thinks it's sunup. He's going to do a ritual when he goes up on deck, just a personal one.
All right, go ahead.
He's going to face the sun. He's just going to face the sun with his arms extended, saying, "Mother Skell, thank you for another day." And he's bare to the waist, and he'll kneel, and if anybody sees him, he doesn't care. And then once the sun is fully up, he'll go back and join his friends.
Oh, let's see. Roll me a charisma check, please.
That's a 27.
All right. There are a few sailors going about their work, and when they see you, a couple of them acknowledge you. They give you the head nod, and
I'll nod back.
one of them comes over and says, "Hermandone," and then kind of walks on. You don't have any idea what that means because you don't speak Acaraman. And
I didn't think it was insulting or anything.
that would not be that certainly would not be your first impression. Now
I get the impression that he said the sun rises. That was what I felt from what he said.
That's, yeah, he said it pleasantly and he wasn't frowning, but obviously, yeah, he could have said ice cream sundae or whatever.
Or spit at me or something. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I will kind of like grin a little bit and keep my hands.
Sure. Okay. And now I'd like you to make me a perception check, please.
As three people with hatchets.
Don't give me any ideas.
I rolled a 35 total. I rolled a 20 on a 30.
Oh,
so.
all right. Very good. All right. So, you notice that on the railing near the front of the ship, there is a large dark bird that is sitting there watching you. And then when you notice it, it turns around and flies away.
But did it look like an eagle?
Unless you would like to attempt to interact with it from this distance.
I attempt to identify what kind of animal it is. Does it look like a raptor?
No, it looks like a medium-sized crow.
Was it interacting with anybody?
No.
Which direction did it fly in?
Well, it flew in the direction that the ship is going, and you are...
Compared to the rising sun, which
would,
direction is the ship going?
South.
So the crow flew south as well?
It did. Now, did I mention that this was a medium-sized creature?
Yeah.
That's big.
mean, how closely can I approach this thing?
Well, as soon as you noticed it, it turned around and took flight. Unless you were gonna like blast it with a spell or something, then we would have to roll initiative. But if you just watch it fly off, then that's the end. I'm not saying you should blast it or cast the spell.
No, I know exactly.
I'm giving you the opportunity in case you want to like find the cheat code or some shit like that.
Man, what? Shad will call out in Crow because he speaks it fluently. Fly, my brother.
And you do not know, because it doesn't turn around and go cling if it heard you or not. It just flies. And for a abnormally sized creature of that type, it's that's a little odd. So
what can I I'll return to my friends. And if they're awake, I will report what I saw.
Well, hold on. Let's see if anyone else wanted to do anything first thing in the morning. So I'm going to assume, but you can tell me if I'm wrong, that the people that have spellcasting ability will begin to either pray or memorize.
Yeah, it won't take me very long.
And in the case of the prince, he gets out these books from seemingly out of nowhere in his regal garb and robes, and begins reading these books, texts. Maybe they're pop-up picture books, you're not really sure. Although having traveled with Bart in the past, Pikel, you obviously would know that they're his spell books, and just like he you know what he's doing, and then you begin to pray, and you feel your mind reach out and begin to start accepting the manna from heaven that is your spell casting
from the ground
power. Although from being on sea, it does not seem to interfere with your successful prayers, and it's interesting because if you were on solid ground, it would certainly feel like you were receiving your manna from the ground. But being at sea, you get a more diffused sensation, as if the manna is coming sort of not, it's not as concentrated, if you will. It's like you're absorbing manna from a wider area. It would be the difference from drinking from a tankard to drinking from a natural spring. You can get your water both ways, but the tankard, you're getting it all at once, but the spring you're having to put in a little bit of effort to drink. So that's kind of the way I kind of envision you being on a different place, just to kind of give it a little more flavor, if you will.
Chad approves of that analysis. That's a good one.
And then eventually the everyone is done with their morning ritual, checking over their things, making sure that no one broke in the middle of the night and stole anything. Apparently not. Apparently the everything is in good working order, unless there's something I've forgotten that was broken during a battle, but I don't think that's the case. And then you have the rest of the day to do whatever. Now today, theoretically, if everything was great, you were going to reach your destination. And yes, Jason.
If anything, once we're done talking, Shad's going to go to the bow of the ship.
Let's go back to you coming down. And do you interrupt these people with what they're doing, or do you wait patiently for them to finish whatever
I'll
it is.
wait patiently. I know what they're doing.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and Shadrach, you can start the scene off if you'd like to.
Shadrach will say that I personally feel that I've seen a portent of good luck, perhaps if only for me, but I think for all of us. And if we're supposed to reach our destination today, you'll find me in the bow of the ship. And I'll bow to everyone and thank everyone and leave. Boris might follow me, I don't know.
Okay.
But Chad doesn't care. Chad doesn't care. He goes.
Okay. So, what would you guys like to do today before probably landing? Pikel, anything?
I could be keeping active lookout for convenience wandering about.
Okay. Are you going to go look for him, or are you going to hang out in a place and kind of just watch?
Yeah, just kind of in general. If I see it, I want to, I don't want to obviously like beat on his office door kind of situation.
And where would you like to hang out this morning?
I guess where would I have normally seen him over these last?
Well, you've seen him in the below decks and the third deck because of the food, and you've seen him above, but other than that, not so much.
I guess like wherever the main deck, obviously he's like the main Raymond guy, so I'll keep to the deck, keep an eye on the other captains that are, and wait for him to pop around.
Like I said, Shad's at the bow, just standing there with his arms crossed, looking.
Okay. You want to be on the forecastle, or do you want to be on the decking in front of the forecastle?
I'll be on the forecastle, sir. That's the proper pronunciation.
And where is that?
Forecastle. That's the very point besides being out on the beam. I'm like right at the...
All right.
Where it comes like this, that's where Shad's standing unless something blocks him. But I won't interfere with anybody's work. Nothing like that.
All right, so as you can see here, I put you right up here.
Excellent.
Okay. And then
Unlike
Pikel,
Titanic.
you said you're hanging out where you think you've seen people in charge, and that would be obviously above deck. So is there any place in particular you want to be topside?
I just, I guess near the door going downstairs and
Okay.
the guy steering is and the captains and all that crap.
Okay.
Just kind of leaning and hanging out.
And then, Bart, is there any particular place you would like to hang out until it is time to disembark?
Just someplace wherever I can study. I rememorize all my spells.
Down in the room is pretty much the most secure.
What?
Pretty much down in the lowest deck where you were staying is probably the most secure and least noisy area, because on the top of the ship, you're dealing with the sound of the waves and whatever else, guys running around yelling orders and stuff. So okay, so you're down below, that's fine. How about Guy and Paco? Is there anywhere you would like to hang out in particular until you reach your destination?
Guy will look at Prince Bartholantis and say, I think I better watch the Green Man. You want me to stay?
Brad, you can shake your head yes or no if you want Guy to stay with you.
Or guard, or go up on deck?
Would you like Guy to remain with you in the room, or would you rather be alone?
Yeah, I'll be anyway.
Okay, that's cool. So I'm not going to flip the board over, but we'll assume you guys, you should be familiar
Oh, no,
with the
it's
room.
Roger. I haven't spell cast on him.
What did Bart just say?
Okay, go ahead, Brad.
I was wanting to know what you would think about having spells cast upon you to enhance. Like enlarge.
I'll go up on deck. Gee, just come on, Paco. This is not our place.
Huh?
He,
What? What? No giants. No. Don't make me a giant. No.
Temporary.
No. Boris likes being a giant, not me.
I don't know, a big armored giant would be really nice.
Ugh. Now?
No, not now. If I need it in the court.
Do you want me to guard you now or go up on deck, Bart?
I'm just saying, if we need you to be giants, you have a objection.
My lord. Your Majesty, I defer.
I won't cast it on you if you don't want it. Just say it.
Hey! Do you want me to protect you while you read your book, or do you want me to go on deck and protect the Green Man?
That's all I need to know.
Jason, roll me a d20, please.
He is confused. I rolled a 19!
Okay. Paco says, I'll do it.
Alright.
He looked at Paco and kind of like, all right.
He says, what do I have to do?
Just stand there and when I cast it, you become a giant. You'll have giant strength and everything else. Goes with
He
it.
says, are you sure you want this, Paco?
He says, I wasn't sure, but then I thought about it, and sounds like something that could be important.
You've seen Boris when he was a giant, remember?
Yes?
And that didn't frighten you?
A little, yeah, but he seemed to turn out okay. And whenever somebody asked him to go back through the arch or whatever, the door, he did it, which meant he could understand us, so.
I admire you, Paco.
And
You are worthy of being a knight.
if I were to die in service of an elven lord, I could think of songs told of my bravery.
I'll speak of your bravery, regardless. And I'll look at Bart and say, Your Majesty, you do us honor.
Yeah, a little FYI.
Hold on, who's speaking, Pikel or Clark?
I'll go ahead and finish your thing.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, Clark. Who's talking, Pikel or Clark?
No, Clark is.
Okay.
I just have to go on my sheet. I have a +1 to all my attack rolls against half-orcs, ogres, ogre man guy, giants, and they have a -4 against all attacks against me.
That's
So
correct.
that's
Excellent.
That's why you I could have swore there was an attack against you, and I added that in, but I don't think it mattered. I think you rolled.
Yeah, I thought the stone giant like had a dead shot on you, and because of the -4 he missed.
Okay, I didn't know if it was being
But-
affected.
but-
Yeah, he did
but,
a devastating attack, and it's like -4.
Don't hesitate to remind or know what abilities your character has, and because sometimes I'll forget, and that's fine.
I didn't know I had that kind of advantage against all that. But
Yeah, I dwarves, gnomes, Maybe hobbits. I think they all get that -4 versus gigantic creatures. That's an old school thing.
Okay.
Where the hell's Daryl? I thought Daryl would have been in by now.
Oh, there's Terry. Terry Bradshaw says hello. Hi, Terry. Let me zip on over here. What time is it? It's almost 7. So boy, he is working late, isn't he? Let me.
I'm not hating or nothing. I know a man that has to work.
Yeah.
Because he was listening. He was watching earlier.
Oh
on,
yeah.
The YouTubers. So
Daryl was.
yeah, his little icon showed that he acknowledged something that we read.
Didn't even notice. Huh.
Well, you inarticulate twat. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
It shows the little icons at the bottom of who's read a message, so...
Oh. I see.
You can look at a message and see who's seen it. What a world we live in. I've seen your message and I know who else has seen it, sweetie.
Good.
Let me know when characters can do something.
Well, so, yeah.
Anyone else?
Go ahead, Jason.
Shad will predict the weather for the day, or do weather sense for the day.
Okay. And if I remember correct, that's a proficiency that you
Yeah,
should...
I have weather knowledge 17. So is that plus my intelligence or my wisdom? Probably my
It
intelligence.
doesn't matter. You're just adding a 17 to your D20.
Oh, that's right, to the 20, okay. And I rolled a 15 plus 17, so 32. I love this D20 you sent me.
Okay. It seems like it's going to be a pretty nice day, or at least most of the day. You're
Which way are the winds blowing? Which direction are the winds blowing from? I'll leave it at that.
Oh, let's see. How about oh my goodness. Let's say
We're heading south.
the winds are blowing southeast.
So there's a pretty good wind behind us then. So we might make it before sundown. But I'll keep it to myself.
Well, actually, as you go back above deck and look around, you notice that there appears to be a landmass approaching.
Nobody yelled land ho?
No, nobody yelled land ho. Apparently they've done this before.
Oh. Well, who else is on deck with Shad?
Pikel. And
Get the others.
a bunch of sailors.
I'll look at Pikel and say, get the others, hurry.
Hurry for what?
We're here.
I don't see the dock yet, but okay.
We don't need a dock.
I would suspect they'd be taking us to a port, but...
Does there appear to be any kind of a port?
Well, you're still too far away, and
All right, well, I'll say, hey, there's the island.
I know.
Let the others know. Or I will.
Knock yourself out.
Shad will go below and say, hey, the island.
All right. And everyone will start gathering their things and prepare to disembark.
Dang it. Daryl. Where is Vanessa?
Who's asking?
Chad.
And who are you asking?
He's looking on deck.
Okay, well, you don't see her up there.
Okay.
And you have plenty of time to, if there was anything you wanted to do before you reach what you think is your destination, now would be the time to speak up. Bart has already shaken his head in the negative, so he apparently is good to go.
He puts on all his armor. Chad will just sit in the lotus
I
position
put on
on the
my
deck.
armor and my cloak, you know, everything. And basically just to go.
All right. As Shadrach, you go back up topside, or do you remain down below after you tell them?
I go on deck.
Okay. So unless you tell me anything that will change your current status, as in where you are or what you're up to, I am not going to assume that you are interested in looking or watching for anything in particular. You will have to ask. So,
Chad will just occasionally look over his shoulder and see if Vanessa shows herself, but if not, he won't change his attitude.
okay.
Just take one.
Pikel, roll me a D30, please.
You can roll that for me. I keep forgetting to order one of them things.
Roll a D6 and a D10.
I used to have a D100 many years ago.
Yeah, let's take 20 minutes to get the answer then. Is it D20 or D?
A D6 and a D10.
A D6. Oh, alright. 4 on the 6 and 3 on the 10.
Ouch! That's a low one.
That would be
That's why I take trouble.
When you leave Denver?
that would be a 13.
Oh, that should be. Just let me know when you plan on being in and I'll be here.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be in at 11, but we'll let you know if it's later.
Alright.
Alright, thanks.
Okay, Mom. Have fun.
So,
Be safe. Be safe.
Pikel, up so far you have not seen Covidius above deck. And Shadrach, as you're sitting there watching, it's slowly getting closer to this landmass.
Can I smell the plants and the earth yet?
No.
Oh.
And as you now are probably a mile out, somewhere in there, you can start to see the island is fairly decent size, probably bigger than any islands you have been to recently. Just from approaching from this side, It looks like it's several miles in width, and who knows how far it goes behind what you're looking at. It appears to be green and lush. You don't see any mountains or buildings or anything that's rising above the natural flora of the island. And you, from this far away, and as it slowly creeps closer, you start to notice some of the trees that do not look like any other. You've never seen these types of trees before. These appear to be like they've got these very long fronds, very long leaves on these short and stubby branches, and some of the birds that you can see flying about and that are flying close to the ship now, you don't recognize their markings or colors either. So this apparently is a type of land or ecosystem that you have not experienced before. And you also, for the first time, you get the sense that if this area is being watched or is a part of the world or the druidic purveyance, it would not be included in yours. So you may be entering into a completely different circle, if one even exists. Okay. So at this point now you're noticing that there is you kind of go around to the right a little bit, and then you see that there's a cove. And yes, go ahead.
Is there any kind of a reef, or is this a straight in hard shore, like rocks and sand together?
I was just getting
ready to... Is this a Pacific type island? Okay.
I was just getting ready to describe what you see. So this cove, there's a beach that apparently is, as far as you can see, is on the outer edge of the island, and the beach extends about 20 to 30 feet inland before you see plant life in a sustained fashion. So there's something about the beach that causes there to be no like trees or shrubs or whatever. I could tell you why that would be, but the fact that you are not experienced with this type of land means you're going to have to figure that out on your own. I'm going to guess that Jason probably knows why there's nothing there.
That's why I was like, is it sandy? Is it rocky?
But Shadrach doesn't know.
Yeah, Shadrach has only been to the fort.
And so the ship starts to pull into the cove, and you can see that there are Acaramans already there, and they appear to be ready to receive the ship into the cove. And you're not sure if the ship is going to run aground or if it's going to stop. And sure as anything, what happens is the ship goes into the cove, and then they furl the sails, and the ship starts to slow down. And then the anchor is dropped. You hear the clanging of these huge, some kind of metal on metal. And several sailors come out and start preparing boats for disembarking. And the same way that you got on the ship to begin with is the same way apparently that you're going to leave it. And those of you that are below deck, you can sense that the ship is, it feels like it has a different feel. There's still some creaking, but there's a lot less. So you think you've slowed down perhaps, or suddenly the seas are very calm. And you can see that there are lots of Acharamans on the shore that are armed, and they appear to be ready for...
Estimated number.
In the hundreds.
Wow. Okay.
And then
Shit.
You see Vanessa and Faimez walk up, and they appear to be getting ready to go down the rope ladder and into a smaller boat to go ashore.
All the good are going.
And so, what would you all like to do now?
Get a little boat you want to drive in.
Talking. Oh.
Okay. So hearing...
He
go ahead.
stays with Bart, and Shad is... Are we all getting on a boat? Is that what appears to be happening?
That is what appears to be happening.
Shad will get on the boat.
All right.
Is there a settlement on the shore here?
There's hundreds of Acharamans, dude.
Are you asking anyone particular, Prince B, or are you just talking into the air?
I
Or...
can see it, I can observe.
All you see are a bunch of soldiers on the beach for now.
Okay. Great.
Ready to post them up. They started eating crap.
You
Shad, or Guy is like, shit.
you also see Covidius with Terminus and a few other soldiers in a boat for a smaller boat for disembarking. And then eventually you all are asked to get on one of the smaller boats, and then after you all are dropped off, the boats go back to the big ship, leaving everyone there at the beach. We can put this map away for the time being.
Yeah, how many feet on the beach are we?
You can be wherever you'd like on the beach.
How many yards on the beach are we?
You tell me. I mean...
Where does the tree line begin and the beach end?
like I said, it's like around 30 feet from the shoreline to the
Shit.
tree line. None of the Acharamans seem particularly excited or emotional about your all's arrival. They seem more like professional and organized and disciplined, and looking for Terminus to give orders. Faimez and Vanessa are being escorted by 4 Acharamans.
Ah!
Oh no! There's the glue, man.
Ah, I've been waiting for you, man.
Sorry about the delay.
No. Well, you're perfect.
Okay, so if anyone wants to interact with one of Daryl's characters, now would be the time at the beach before you are all.
I need to talk to Morris about the large spell.
So do you wanna go now? Go ahead, Bart. You can start off.
I just wanted to ask Morris if it'd be alright if I get the spell on him if we need to.
Okay, well,
We'll make him large.
hold
make
on.
him large like a giant.
Hold on, Brad. Let me at least tell Daryl where everybody is. So Daryl, can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have made it to an island. You and your mother are kind of like together, and you're being kind of chaperoned / given like your own personal guards, accaramons to get you wherever you're going. You've taken the smaller ships that you took to get on the boat the first time. Now you've taken them back, and now you're on an island that's bigger than, you can't see around it. It's pretty big. And you're on the beach, and now everyone's kind of got a moment to kind of see each other since the previous day and the fight with the harpies. So Bart has said he would like to approach Boris, and he starts. Go ahead, Brad. Sorry.
I just wanted to make sure you approve the casting a large spell or a haste spell on you if we need you.
That'd be fine.
Cool. So I got you and
I was 20 feet tall one time, and I had tusks.
We may need you to be 20 feet tall again.
It was fun. I could do that again.
He's like, what? Oh, man.
Don't you remember Gee
No.
on the other island?
I remember. Oh, no, man.
No, man.
Stored. Cast it. But
Alright, so
Yes, you make a great giant, Boris. You make a great giant.
Is that it, Brad?
yeah, that's it.
Okay. Who does anyone else want to have any kind of interaction at the beach?
Guy will, upon touching land, fall to his knees, draw his sword, plant it in the sand, and kiss his sword, and be like, Skell.
Okay. Anybody else?
I couldn't live in a place without a mountain on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Chad will just get off and, look at the trees.
okay, Daryl, go ahead.
Vanessa will approach the group and ask, is everyone okay? Is anyone in need of healing before we depart?
No, didn't bruise myself getting on the ship.
Chad looks away.
Boris says, my ribs still kind of hurt. So I'll cast cure light on Boris. Is that D6 or D8?
That is a D8.
Plus 1, 9. Oh, I feel all better now.
It's a big heat.
Not that it's going to matter, but okay, go ahead. Okay, so you all are kind of.
Is this a new morning?
Yes.
A new day? Okay, I prayed.
Yes, everyone took the time to do all that.
It's been a full day. We reached. What time of day is it that we reach the island?
It's not noon. It's not midday yet, so
Wow. Yeah. So we got a full day ahead of us if we want.
Well, who would that far Martians play good?
Go ahead, Jason.
Guy wants to notice the Acroramen. Are the Acroramens like pointing weapons at us, or are they just like looking at us like we're just people?
They are not brandishing their weapons at you. As I described, there appears to be a detail assigned to the ogress and the spawn.
Spawn. Ooh.
Yeah, Vanessa.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, I do.
You said the ogress and the spawn.
Yes.
I was like, what?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's kind of what the Acroramens have been calling Vanessa behind her back.
Ooh. Makes sense.
And there are some other Acroramens that are assigned a general escorting duty, but none of them. There seems to have been a decided shift in their attitudes after the ship battle, and it would not be a stretch to think that could change someone's perceptions of other individuals, after such a high, intense encounter and situation. But, who knows? Maybe they just are all drunk. I don't know.
Bonding in battle.
But be that as it may, they are keeping a much looser eye on all of you than when you first encountered them, especially after getting in the fight in the below the decks. So the group starts to march, and you head into the interior of the island, in through a trail, which is an obvious trail. It looks like it has been created from stones and from rock, and it's, if you will imagine, like pavers that have been put together in a puzzle type fashion to make what I would describe as a mismatched Roman road, not one that is symmetrical, but still is fitting together. And it's the dwarf.
It's impressive.
Yeah, the dwarf looks at it, and he notices that it is unusual, and if he cares to know more about it, he would have to roll me some type of proficiency to gain. But there's something about it that is like catching his eye, but he's unsure, and he's thinking about it, and whether he chooses to follow up on that itch is totally up to the player.
I would think I would do it out of just dwarven curiosity.
Okay. So,
which, engineering, either one, I guess.
Okay, well, you tell me what you'd like to use. Like what information are you trying to glean? If you're doing engineering, then obviously you would be attempting to glean the idea behind the construction, why it would be made that way, and how it would be an engineering decision.
Okay. Weird about it to me is it the type of stone it is compared to the island we're on, or is it how they're put together?
Roll me an engineering there. Roll a d20 and add 15 to it.
Top, nat 20.
Explosion.
Alright. 12.
So
Excellent.
32 plus 15 makes 47. So normally on over 40, I would say, well, you can tell me what it is, but that would require you for having the same mental image that I have. So you'll have to allow me to expound. So the first thing you notice is the obvious, is that all of these stones are of the same class. They are an igneous rock, extremely hard, not volcanic, and not quartz. They are almost like a I mean, dare I say, almost like a pinkish, but not like a saturated pink, but a very, very faint pink to an otherwise gray stone. And you notice that these stones, they're all flat. They look like they've been semi-polished, not polished down to be a reflective, but polished enough to make them flat while still retaining a tiny bit of friction. And you notice that these stones are all manner of shapes. So if you have if you were to just take a stone and break it in half and just drop it in there, so it's almost a random pattern of stones that perfectly fit together. There's no filler that you can see. If there is a filler, it's underneath, but from the top, they're all perfectly fit together. Very hard. And then because you rolled so high, you realize that these stones remind you of something you saw in your business back in Ravensbluff of imported stone giant, I guess like rocks or something from where they live, and you gather that probably the stone giant or giants put this pathway together, and you're not sure how old it is, but you realize that they apparently have an entirely different type of architecture to their work, and this is the first time you've ever seen it put together, and you can only imagine what it must be like where they live. And that is what a 47 gets you.
Alright. I would look at the past and say, well, maybe these giants aren't too bad. Just impressed by the workmanship of their...
Okay.
their past.
Yes, Jason has his hand up.
Shad wants to know, does he see any animals or birds he's never seen before?
Absolutely. I'll give you a few examples. You see a bird that has a purple underside and a black on the top of the wings and the back, with a yellow beak, which is not necessarily that uncommon. And you see a ground animal that appears to be a mouse, except for it has a curly tail like a pig, and very long front teeth, almost like a rabbit. You see a bird that is a combination of red and gold, and it looks like a cardinal, except for the colors are much brighter, and it's a little bit larger than a typical cardinal here in the Midwest. And then last but not least, you notice a very large nest up in a tree, a nest that appears to be about 40 feet across in this tree that isn't one of the long, thin frond type of trees, but this tree appears to be similar to an oak, except for the leaves don't have an oak shape. They have more of a round shape. And this...
I'd say a banyan would be a good type tree for that.
Well, I don't know what a banyan is, but there you go. And so you can only imagine that if you were to take the time to actually...
A 40-foot nest?
To actually...
That's going to be a big-ass creature.
To actually explore and walk amongst the creatures that who knows what you might find hidden on this island. But unfortunately, you don't, unless you're willing to just bolt, you're not given the chance to explore.
I'll stay with the group.
And obviously, if someone else has something they wish to do along the way, you'll have to, and there we go, Daryl's got his hand up.
I'm curious about the size of the regiment that we're marching with. Is the senator here and Fimez and all the sailors? I'm sure a contingent stayed on the boat, but I'm curious how large of a... Is Terminus marching as well? Has he got... What's going on?
Terminus is with Covidius near the front. And they have their own guards with them. And Fimez and the Spawn are together, and they have their own 8 Acaraman escorts. And then there is the rest of the group, including the Prince, who at this point is not being singled out. He is traveling with Pykel and Shed and Guy and Boris. And there's like a loose conglomeration of like 20 Acaramans with them, but as I said, they don't seem like they're expecting any trouble. They seem a little more at ease, that's the term, if you will. And then when you arrived at the beach, just with a quick glance around, there appeared to be hundreds of Acaramans there, ready to receive the ship and its passengers.
So a small village of sorts?
Well,
or a military installation?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, you only know what you've been told, and we'll see if that's...
Okay, I was just trying to get a scope of the entourage. I didn't understand.
Oh, we're surrounded, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds of Acaramans. I left it at that.
Okay, so you walk for about a half an hour, and you know that you think that's probably a mile, maybe 2 miles. You're not moving at a fast pace, but you're not leisurely having a day trip either. So, but after about a half an hour, the forest gives way to a very large open clearing, and the clearing does not have, as far as you can tell, any structures, buildings, anything that appears to be anything other than natural, except for in the middle, there appears to be a series of flat rocks that have been stacked on top of each other to make a semicircle of a wall. So imagine a bunch of stones that are laid on top of each other. You could say that they're just extra large bricks, if you will, but they're made of the same type of stone that you have been walking on, this very light pinkish gray stone. And sitting in this massive throne, right? So like you're like walking towards, you see a very large humanoid, and you can guess that this humanoid is probably at least 10 foot tall. It's just sitting there, and it's got like this wooden sort of, not a crown so much, but like almost like a circlet, if you will, with some kind of snapped off
Roman thing?
snapped off pieces. Like there was things that were at one time moving up off of the wood like it would be a crown, except for a lot of them are snapped off, and whether that was, who knows why that would be, but it's obvious. And this individual is wearing what appears to be a toga made out of animal skins, and it has wraps on its legs and feet. And when I say wraps, I mean like thong, and then it's held on by leather pieces that go up the calf. And the animal skins are a patchwork of different pelts, so it's not like they're all white or gray, or in the case of Shadrach, they're not all wolf or mountain lion or bear, but it's like all kinds of
everything,
different things.
Yeah.
And the individual does not appear to, and I think it was Vanessa that had the vision that showed Boris's sister. This clearly is not that individual, because the individual in the vision was much more grotesque.
I remember. He was distorted looking.
Right. This person has like some bumps and is kind of crooked, but not nearly to the extent that you saw. And he appears to be, and appears to be a male, and it appears to have some like wispy dark hair that's kind of coming down, that's been pulled into a ponytail in the back. Kind of like, imagine like a thinning Steven Seagal kind of hair that's pulled back but has a long ponytail in the back. Very muscular, very tall, like real thick legs, like someone that's probably got a lot of weight that they got to carry around. And
this is clearly a living creature, right?
Correct. Yes. It is looking at you all, but not with like any sort of intent other than like it's being patient. Like it's something that it's waiting on something to happen, or it has been waiting, or whatever. It appears to have some clearly ogre attendants. Probably like 6 or 8 of them, all of them of various strengths, and all of them, the shortest one looks to be about 7 foot tall, and the next one appears to be like 10. So this, we'll just say giant person that's sitting on the throne, if I didn't already say, it's like, as you get closer, now it seems like it's 15 foot tall as you get even closer, and you all go up to where, and then you stop at the ring that is behind it. I mean, you're in front, but the ring kind of is like a half moon. So if the throne is back here, then you guys stop up here. And I can just draw it out just real quick because that just makes it easier to envision.
I'm getting a pretty good picture in my head.
Yeah, how far is it from the first person to this person?
Okay. So then you guys...
Yeah, we're at the back, you said.
Right. And then what happens is you guys are kind of left back there, but Faimez and Vanessa are kind of moved to the front and to the side over here. And you, Vanessa, as you're looking around, you see these other ogres, and it may be the first time that you've ever seen males of the species. So at some point, you guys in the back, you can hear like a rah, rah, and it's cool and it's terrifying because when the speech that there's Acaraymans that are up here speaking, there appears to have some kind of audible effect that almost like an echo, but it's weird. It's like their voices are louder than what seems to be what should be happening. And Vanessa, it's more pronounced for you because you're closer. And
I believe I speak ogre, but it's not on my sheet. I thought it was southern and ogre.
let me
But I'm not finding it on the printout.
Okay.
oh, here we go. Okay. So you guys...
Make sure you transfer the picture, Cobb, when you get the...
Oh,
the
yeah. Why don't I just do that instead of holding it up to the camera? Thank you. That's a good idea, and that's kind of...
I just want to know where everybody is so we can cast and strike and
That's the
blah,
kind
blah,
of
blah.
that's the kind of shit that I need to
It works well.
be reminded about because I can't.
No hate. So.
I can't remember anything.
And it's me telling you. So there you go.
Jib and then take a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this picture up here first. Well, let's do it this way first,
Yeah.
and then I will take another one. And
Uh-oh. He sent a picture. Well, look, there was a clot of people. Oh, good God. Who's the two people to the right, to my right?
that's Vanessa and Faimez.
Oh, wow.
Dog.
Wow. We need to spread out, guys.
There are Acaraymans all around as well, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I know, that would have been
that's the
Keith's
wrong
question.
That's the wrong figure. I'm sorry. I meant to go get one of my.
A bigger one?
I meant to no. Actually, I meant to go get one of my.
That one's not big enough.
No, that's totally the wrong one. Hold on. I got a bunch of them.
Oh, I got a Titan back here.
I got a bunch of them.
I'm glad that you still have old ones that I painted. That
There.
really makes me feel good.
There we go. You start with this
These
dude.
rocks feel like cobblestones.
Man, watch your language.
Okay. There we go. That is more correct.
Cobblestones.
And
Wow, man.
I will take a picture of that for
Give
you.
him a 37 for that. Oh, boo.
Okay. Here's the correct one.
Cobblestones. Really?
Okay. There.
They're unique.
They're shaped like corn. Anyway.
Nice.
Cobblestone.
Okay. And then I will take a picture of this because that's a matter of fact. I can probably let's go from the other side.
Because that's what
That's
Jim Jam Jones.
Yeah, man. Come on, get ready, because we're going to just kill this guy and everybody in the room. Come on.
You know, that always happens. You're like, okay, let's do something like this, and then nothing. And then it's like, well, why would they do that? Oh.
No, oh no. Been there, done that more than once.
Okay.
Oh, we can't solve this problem. Oh, no, man. Oh.
I don't think that's.
Okay.
I attack everything. Leroy Jenkins, that was the ultimate, that became that moment. We were Leroy Jenkins before there was Leroy Jenkins. Jim. It was Jim Garrison. I'm Jim Garrison.
I think everybody was Leroy Jenkins
Leroy Jenkins!
before Leroy
But no,
Jenkins.
Jim Garrison was the original Leroy Jenkins for the group. It's just like, what? Oh, fuck. Everybody gets sprayed with green slime. What? Oh, shit. Now, that was a game, sir. That was a game. But no, green slime. Even high-level characters cringe from green slime. Like yellow mold, green slime, yellow mold. Those are like, it doesn't matter what level you are, say. The mind player, it's like Silent Blast, save.
Game, and I had this one kid that he had to pilot it with way too many damn magic items because of Discord servers, and he thought, oh, I got an AC of this, and I got this, and I get this, so I just threw a bunch of beholders. I put them in a challenge of beholders that were stuck in these, and then stockless beholders, right? I threw a yellow pudding, and gelatinous cubes.
Oh, beholder shotgun.
And threw them against that.
You know, just like Qui-Gon Jinn said, there's always a bigger fish. There's always a bigger fish. It doesn't matter if you're Zeus, there's Typhon. There's always something bigger.
Okay, so
That was a great moment.
Daryl, go ahead and add. Do you have a printed out sheet there in front of you?
I do.
Okay, so I guess I forgot. Go ahead and put, because I didn't even have your native languages on there. So put Southern Tongue and Ogre, and then for your reading writing, put Southern Tongue, and then I just added it over here. So
Okay.
Right.
next level, it'll be on there. Okay, so Vanessa, you can see some of the ogres. They appear to be like
Eyeballing you.
Yeah, rough and gruff and looking at you, and but they also are noticing Faimez is there, and if they wanted to say something inappropriate, apparently her presence is causing them to choose their actions a little more carefully. Whatever that might mean. But
So, are there ogres with this giant?
yes,
Okay, they're just not represented on the...
I can put out.
I just wanted to make sure. I mean, put an X or something. I just wanted to be aware.
Because he wants to know how many humans are in the room besides us. Because we got ogres and Acroramans, and we're in a room.
We're in a clearing, not a room.
Yeah.
Well, it's an enclosed area.
It's partitioned, yes.
Yes.
Naturally enclosed.
Yes, and Guy just wants to know how many people's in this square area because he's going Erwin Rommel. So.
That's great.
Boris leans over to Prince B and he says, you know, Shadrach's immune to fire.
Does Shadrach hear this?
Roll percentile.
Oh, boo!
Well, let me see. Hold on. Boris, were you trying to be...
This one time, he said he got thrown right in it.
Well, you're right, but I just want to know if Shadrach heard this.
Yeah, you heard it. Unless Boris was trying to whisper.
No.
Okay.
No.
He's trying to be smart ass.
Shadrach will look over his shoulder and kind of like just shake his head and look away.
I've seen that fire that you made in the cornfield.
Look away.
Shad says, shh.
Is that when he took the cold cream and slapped it on his head? Shh.
Well, look who it is. Yeah, it wasn't shaving cream, bitch. It was cold cream.
You hear that?
Exactly.
Okie dokie. All right, here we go. Let's do these. It'll be fun.
Oh, come.
Easy.
Here's the biggest ogre that's there. Can you guys? Is it me or is it the map here? Let's see.
Did you?
Nope, it's me.
I see you right now, sir.
That's not good.
You really want to play a practical somebody you feel like pound full of thumbtacks and tickle their nose.
You don't
In
want.
other games, I've had a character that had a bag of dust and sneezing and choking, and he kept it so people would shoplift him. He'd be like, I shoplift his bag. Well, it's dust of sneezing and choking. You idiots. So
You'd have to put it in a bag of billowing.
There you go.
That and the jug of eternal water. That's one of my favorite magic items. Like, psh, have some water. Psh. For hours. Psh.
Okay, and now that you all have had a chance to kind of gather in the look here, you notice that, ogre, some type of giant, big ogre,
Oh, shit.
somebody like Pichel Deitch, like a dude that looks like him, and then another ogre.
Oh, specifically this guy.
Okay, and just for good measure, we'll do that again.
Well, Brad, fireball?
Stop it.
I know.
Oh, there it is. I was looking for you, you cocksmoker.
Yeah, we're
Okay, we'll save him
this
for when
is Custer's last stand
shit
here,
hits
folks.
the fan.
This ain't the king. It's just the people that say you can come in or not.
Yeah.
So what do we
This
gotta
is
do?
this is customs.
So, yeah, you're right. We gotta... The brothel's full.
This is the magic.
All right, so the speech by Terminus and the giant is finished, and
Well,
then
point to Terminus, please. And Covidius, please.
all right.
They're not on the map either.
Oh, that's important, sir.
There's
Oh.
Covidius, and there's
And that's Vanessa to the right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and then though they're not, there's like several Acharamans kind of in this area here.
How many is several?
60.
20?
60.
60. Yep, that's several.
Okay.
All right.
Then you all see Famez move over, and she is talking, and Vanessa, you understand this as her saying,
Shit.
"Oh, great Helios, being grateful at your reception, I present to you my daughter, Finez Ah." And she looks at you and asks you to step over. Do you?
Yes.
Okay. And
Chad groans when she does that.
the giant acknowledges you, Vanessa, but says nothing. And then Covidius comes over and he starts saying, "Make way!" And the Acharamans kind of spread out, and he says, if any of you all want to come up and speak to Helios, you may. Otherwise, you can stay where you are. I don't really give a fuck.
Julius.
So, does anyone move up closer?
No. I do not.
Chad and Guy keep their places.
This isn't Caesar, is it?
No, it's Helios, man.
I wasn't in the car for that.
I know. You're okay.
Okay.
As Daryl said, this is the customs station.
I got custom boarding.
So
Well then.
I do have something to declare.
What are you guys doing whenever the Covidius gets the Acharamans to part, giving you a good view of the front there and what you can see on the map? Is anyone doing anything other than just looking straight ahead, or are you averting your gaze? Oh, Daryl's got his hand up.
Boris is looking straight forward at the talkers and the people that are greeting us.
Let me try to pay attention to the conversation.
Okay. Anybody else? Go ahead, Jason.
Just Marvin.
Chad will simply
Hold
step forward.
hold on. Jason, go ahead. We'll get to you, Clark. Hold on. Go ahead, Jason.
Chad just steps forward and bows. Guy steps forward, looks back at Bartholansis, and he, like I said, he's fully armored. He has his shield and his sword in hand. He looks at the giant and he bows, and that's it.
I do the same.
Okay, go ahead, Clark.
Clark will do the classic resting on his battle axe nod.
Okay. I would like everyone but Vanessa to make a charisma check, please. And I will call for numbers. And Bart does not have dice, so how about if Clark rolls for Bart?
Woohoo!
I'm rolling for me.
Wow!
So let's start with Pikel.
21.
And then let's go to Bart. What did you roll,
Clark
Pikel?
roll.
Pikel, what did you roll for Bart there?
Oh, roll for Bart. 7.
Okay. That gives Bart a 20. And then let's go to Guy.
21.
21. Okay. And then let's go to Boris.
16.
16. And then let's
Oh,
go
no.
to Shadrach.
32.
All right. Okay. Boris, I need you to roll me a D. Hold on here. Let's see.
I have one, I'll bet.
2, 4, 6.
A D17.
I might have 3.
Roll.
Oh,
Roll a D17 plus 5.
Roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll a. Yeah. Let's just do that. Roll a D6, please.
Oh.
2.
Okay. Boris, as you're looking and as you described, you notice that the second from the left there, that ogre right there,
I see it.
he is looking at you as if he wants to eat your balls. He's got a look on his face like mean mugging and fucking just staring and like that. There's like something about you that this motherfucker really either saw something or there's something about you that he just doesn't like or something. But man, he's just like, and he's actually starting to like buff up and stuff. And one of the other ogres kind of looks at him and is kind of looking but doesn't seem to see what he sees. And does Boris do or react in any way? Go ahead.
He leans over to Shad and says, I think I emasculated him.
Shad is going to bank on his decent charisma roll and step forward between him and the ogre and Boris and be like, and just hold his finger up, be like, no.
So you're gonna move, and you want to be halfway between. You want to be halfway between the ogre and Boris. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of puts you right up the front. And when you move up there, some of the Acaramans start to like tense up, like they know something's about to happen, and you see Covidius like turn around and say something to them, and they like take their hands and put them back at ease. And,
I show my hands are bare.
and then lots of the other ogres kind of, as you move up, they start to like get ready for something. They're moving their fingers. They're, for lack of a better term, they're fingering their weapons that they have, whether they're hand axes or giant swords or clubs. And then the one that is mean mugging Boris, he takes his eyes off Boris for a second and looks at Shad, and he kind of like frowns, and then I need Shadrach to roll another charisma check.
Shad is showing his open hands. He's not talking. He's not stomping. All right. I rolled a 23.
Daryl, go.
Boris kind of uneasily moves forward behind Shad, not right behind him. He's like, where are you going, Shad?
No fighting. Not now.
Okay.
Not
Too soon.
The giant on the throne, he kind of puts his hand up, and in a very low, gravelly voice, you hear him, and the ogre there kind of takes a couple steps forward, and he points in the direction of Shad, but is he pointing at Shad or is he pointing at Boris? It's hard to tell. If someone wants to do or anything, you gotta raise your hand so we can get your input. Otherwise, you're just watching the scene unfold. Jason has his hand up.
Does Shadrach notice this ogre staring at him? Or staring at us?
Yeah, it's obvious.
Well, I'll make a perception check if I think he's being aggressive.
Well, you don't need to make a perception check for that. It's very obvious.
Well, Shad continues to hold his hands out. He's not making any kind of casting maneuvers. Covidius would see that if he's paying attention.
Covidius, just like another time, he's watching. He seems to be enjoying the suddenly tense situation, and for what that's worth. So the
Shad offers no resistance.
The ogre notice Shad, what did you did again?
I stood forward between him and Boris and held my hands out and said no.
Faimez turns to Vanessa and she says, "Come with me, let them play." And she kind of grabs your hand and attempts to move you away from the source of the friction. Do you allow it?
I move with her.
Okay, so you guys go over here. And when you get over here, you notice that you're kind of right next to this ogre here while you're 5 foot away. And when you look at that ogre, he looks at you and he does this, what apparently is like very, I don't even know what the term is, but very cool and hip maneuver of licking his lips and rubbing his crotch and giving you an ogre smile, such as it is. And you hear Faimez go like kind of snort, but she doesn't say anything. Does Vanessa have any reaction to the ogre, or does she just pay attention to other things?
She kind of snorts as well.
Oh, does she? Okay.
Oh,
very cool. Okay. So, so you see the big ogre next to the giant. He takes 2 steps forward and yells out. And Vanessa, you understand it. It's, "Everybody back up! Give them space!" And so the ogres kind of start to move in this general direction. Like this ogre goes to move past Vanessa, and when he does, he, what we would call in today's terms, inappropriately touches her without consent along her backside and keeps moving. Does Vanessa react to that?
She slaps him.
All right. And he does not try to block or move out of the way. So you slap him. And do you slap with intent to cause damage or just a slap that is meant to get attention?
Not get attention, but a slap that says, "Keep your hands to yourself."
Sure. Okay. So, and with that, the ogre goes, Okay. So the Acharamans start to move back, and unless you guys say you're moving anywhere, your figures are going to stay where they are. So I can see Jason has his hand up first, so go ahead.
Shad turns into a crow and flies to Vanessa's shoulder.
All right. And then I noticed Daryl's got his hand up.
Boris was reaching for Shadrach to pull him back as he started to change and flew out of his hands.
Okay. All right. And are you going to stay where you are?
I'm going to step forward.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
moving the outer ring.
So Bart, you'll move back. That's fine. And the Acaramans are all like moving back too until finally that leaves Pikel and Guy. So let's go to Pikel. Do you do anything different, or do you remain where you are? Or?
I staying with my axe. Same position I was in.
Okay. And then Guy?
Guy puts his hand on Boris' shoulder and says, hold up, bro.
It's okay.
Do you remain where you are, Guy?
I
Yes.
can't more than Boris.
What'd you say, Brad?
I'm casting enlarge on Boris.
Okay. Please, tell me what happened. Well, you don't have your books with you, do you? So I don't think you would know. So, I will pull that up right now.
Hey! Yay!
Okay. The spell causes instant growth of a creature or object. Can be cast upon a single creature. Object must be seen. It grows by up to 10% per level of experience, increasing the amount in height, width, and weight. All equipment
Holy crap! He's gonna
is
be huge!
enlarged. Unwilling victims are entitled to a saving throw. Boris, you feel a magic start to affect you. Do you try to shake this off, or do you accept it? And how would...
I receive it, and I lean back as I sit my backpack down, and I hold one spear in my hand. And I just outstretch my hands, and I hold the spear over my head.
Secure any weapons all grow.
Oh my god!
Okay.
You're a gaiju, Boris. You're officially a gaiju. You're over 20 feet tall.
Jumanji.
A creature's hit
Gaiju,
point...
that's got Godzilla. Got your Godzilla level.
Boris, a creature's hit points, armor class, and attack rolls do not change, but damage rolls increase
That's
proportionally
not important.
with size.
Oh,
So if you have a spear and it grows by 150%, well, 100% would be twice its size. So so now you're carrying like a 6, 12, 15-foot long spear.
I was going to say 5d6 damage.
And I'm what, like 80 feet tall?
Raw.
How tall are you now?
6'4".
20.
20 feet or 30 feet is still gigantically huge.
6'4". That's
50 times.
72, 76.
His level, or 150 times my height.
This
That's
guy's
a
a
lot.
midget compared to you.
Or
Maybe.
You're a Titan.
Raw. Like I said, you're kaiju, man. You're Godzilla level. I'm gonna step on your village. How much damage do you do? Well, roll d20 and that's how many people are squash flat.
All right, that. Okay, so 76 inches. So if you were to
Holy
go,
crap.
if you were to go 100%, that would be times. Okay, 2.5. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, divide by 12. So you are we'll just
Not about
we'll
12.
make it 16 feet tall.
That's pretty
16.
damn big.
It's like 15.8, but
And this is 15 feet.
we'll just make it 16. Okay. And so the okay, for example, a fighter at 160% normal size hits with his longsword and rolls a 6 for damage. The adjusted damage roll is 10. That is 6 times. Oh, okay. So, wow.
Spear does 1d6.
So I should have said. So I should have done.
Surely his strength increases.
So I should have done 72 times 1.5. That's what I should have done. Okay. That.
Because he's got to have giant strength, I would assume.
That. Where am I going? Oh, there it is. No, that's not it.
In a circle.
Giant Boris.
Okay. 76
Yay!
times 1.5. Okay. 114 divided by 12 equals. Okay, you're 9.5 feet tall. That's correct. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Still tall. And so that kind of puts you right about just slightly, barely taller than the ogre, so that's cool. So you guys, you guys are both effectively large creatures. And so your weapon damage is at a D6 with the spear?
Currently, or?
Yeah.
That's what it was before.
Okay, so just like this, so it would be, you would take your damage that you roll times 1.5. So.
Boo.
A D9?
No, it's like if you roll a 6, then you would add, it just gives you the explanation here. It's...
Oh, I see. So we do it when we roll damage.
The adjusted damage roll is, 6,
you should have giant strength or
6
something.
times 1.5.
Just saying.
Well, let him say, because when you say, I can't hear what he's telling
Bonuses due to strength, class, and magic are not altered.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's what he said.
Boo.
That's
Okay.
all right.
All right. So you step up.
And I grow.
So let's go ahead and use, let's go ahead and do the reverse monkey. So we do this, and then this will be him. And then Guy said that he was staying, and Pikel said you were staying. So we go there, and there, and there, and there. And then this guy will go over here then by Vanessa. And the big ogre, when he walks over by Vanessa, he just snorts and like puts his hand out and gently starts to move you off of your spot unless you move away from him.
I will nudge over out of his way.
Because apparently they want the ogres right at the edge of the wall. Okay, so then you're there, and then this guy will move over here, and Boris is off the board right now, and then we got Crow Sloogie over here. So that ogre, he doesn't even apparently notice the crow or give a shit. Okay.
Excellent.
Pull your knives out.
So.
I'm getting there, man.
As the spell is cast and the barbarian grows, several. Well, let's see how the ogres react here. So. Wow. So far, so good. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Amazing. Okay. So all of the ogres, they all start to like yell out like some kind of either a battle cry or just that's their version of cheering. They all and they raise their fists up in the air and start stomping their feet. The giant on the throne, he actually gets up and he looks over and his gaze meets the prince, and somebody's doing something, and his gaze meets the prince, and he lifts his arm up and points back at the prince, and he says something, and then sits back down. And apparently nobody is going to interfere at this moment. So the ogre prepares for battle, and he's looking at you. He's gonna fight you. So until someone else gets my attention, you're just watching. And those of you that are inside the circle, you may or may not be viewed as combatants, and you are allowing yourself to be involved in this fight that was not necessarily concerning you. So if you want to stay where you are, you say nothing. Otherwise, we're going to roll. And Daryl, you're going to give me an action. Oh, and Shadrach had his hand up. Or Jason.
So, am I a crow on Vanessa's shoulder?
Unless Vanessa decided to slap you away, that's what happened.
Okay, and Guy is standing by Bart.
And I will go ahead and take one last picture. That way, whenever somebody gets randomly hit because of a natural one,
I'm good.
There will be no complaining, because that's always what happens.
Well, just remember Shad's on Vanessa's shoulder.
I can't wait for that first natural one, and Guy takes a fucking poke in the eye.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get it.
They always do.
Roll the fucking what?
Okay, action, Boris.
You should not challenge me. And I attack.
All right.
Ah!
Roll initiative, please. Beat a 4. And both you guys are the same size, so we'll just go by that. And let's get up some battle music. How about that?
I would like to initiate my battle frenzy as well.
Yay!
Which is me doing squats and leaps and twirls and twists and thrusts and feints and moving around the individual with herky-jerky action and springing forward and leaping backward and keeping my opponent off kilter.
Striking, stinging.
Stinging.
Yeah, just wait. You're fine, Boris. Go. Like I said, I showed you.
I'm a-going.
And in between your legs comes this armored thing swinging a big sword.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
All right, so this ogre is wearing pelts in a kilt style. You don't know if he's got anything on underneath. He's got a hand axe, and he's also got what appears to be a very long dagger on his side. He is not wearing shoes, and he has 2 pronounced tusks that are jutting out from his bottom jaw. He's got mottled gray skin with bumps on it, and he appears to be very muscular like ogres do. So, I rolled a 4 for initiative. What'd you get?
5.
Okay, so the ogre goes first. So let's pull up an ogre. Yay!
What weapon is he using?
An axe.
I know that
I think that's a speed factor of 8.
Oh.
But he still won initiative.
That's true. I won.
Dirty rascal.
Okie doke. Can you hear me okay, or is that music too loud, Daryl?
It's not a quick weapon. I get that.
Daryl, is that music too loud, or can you...
No, it isn't.
Brad.
That was weird.
Fuck you fucking prick.
Quit showing off your blades, Brad. What are you doing, man?
Okay. So, he moves in. He circles to your left. And then he chops at you. And let's roll the pink dice of death. Our first roll is, oh my god! Natural 20! Explosion!
That could be bad.
And then
It's right in your jaw, probably.
hits an armor class of 11. That's a miss,
Isn't it?
I'm sure. So, a D8 plus. Okay.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. A D10. All right.
Oh.
Boris,
My
you take 11 points
Jason, please stop interjecting.
of
I can't
11,
hear what Cobb's saying. Thank you.
11 points of damage, and being the large size, roll one dice higher on your knockdown. So normally with the spear, do you know what that knockdown dice is off the top of your head? If you don't, I can look it up.
It doesn't have it on my sheet.
Okay. Nope, not an issue. Because you might be able to knock him down. Let's see. Maybe.
Well, he hit me.
He did.
He hit me for 11 points.
Spear is right there. It has a knockdown of a D6 normally, so it's a D8, and you would need a 9. So no, you can't knock him down with the spear. On the other hand, he gets to roll that, and a 5, which is not a knockdown. Okay, your turn.
I attack with my spear and magic helmet. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I hit.
That's over here. Daryl's back.
I hit an armor class of 9.
Okay, I'm sorry. That is a miss. You take your spear. You thrust forward. He definitely blocks it away with his axe. Okay, so he has... okay. Equals... There it is. Okay. He will... It's time for the next round, and his action is just going to be to chop until I say different. Action for you, Boris.
Attack.
Roll initiative, please. Beat a 2.
What is that? An 8.
All right. Pink die of death again. A hits an armor class of 9. That should be a miss.
Yep.
All right, you're up.
Come on. That's a little better. Hits a -1.
That's a hit. Roll dinkus.
And because he's large, it's D8, 6 points.
You feint to the left. You bring the back of the spear around. You use it to turn him off balance, and you take the spear and you jam it down into his foot. And you pull it out, and a gout of blood sprays out. Next round. Unless you're changing, roll initiative. Jason, did you have something to...
He was gonna charge an attack as soon as he became large.
Okay, who is he attacking?
Whoever's directly in front of him.
Well, that would be Boris.
No!
Come on, man.
Just let them fight it out, dude.
Okay. I will take a position between Boris's legs.
I'm only 9.5 feet tall.
Okay.
So you're gonna crawl on the ground and get between my
I'm
legs?
behind you. I'm backing you up and protecting you.
So what's your action?
Hold my position. If anybody moves forward of the enemy, I will attack them.
Okay. Roll initiative. Beat a 10.
9.
Well, you still go first.
All right. Let me get the medal. Where's the medal one? Here it is.
You can't kill the metal. Oh.
Oh, fucker! A 1.
Uh-oh, roll again. Okay, hold on. Roll a level check on a D30, please.
24.
Okay, that is a failure. Roll it again,
D30?
please.
Please.
9.
How did I know? How did I know? You go to attack the when the ogre that was delayed, he swings his axe down in the middle of melee. You block it, but when you block it, it hits your spear up, and you manage to keep your grasp on it, but it swings backwards, like if somebody knocked it up, and it comes down and slices Guy right across the bridge of his nose for a point.
Oh, crap.
And then you regain full composure and your weapon, and now it is the ogre's turn as he goes. And he rolls and hits an armor class of 0.
Hit.
You take 15 points of damage, but no chance of knockdown. Baboosh! As he takes the axe and he goes to like swing it at you, and you get ready, and he fucking takes it and like reverses it and goes underneath your spear and hits you under the chin with the butt of the axe.
And how many points did you say?
15. All right, and that is the end of round number 3. So unless someone else has something, Boris, roll initiative if you're doing the same thing, because this guy is.
Yes.
All right.
Vanessa is casting.
Oh, okay. Vanessa is casting. And the ogres are all and anyone that's paying attention, they notice that the giant back on the throne kind of like leans forward this time and puts his hand on his chin and starts watching, seemingly a little more entertained than he thought he would be, and he's like, All right, roll initiative, please. This is round number 3 was just finished. I got another 10. I'm delayed.
7.
Okay, what is the casting time of the spell?
1 round.
Okay, so you begin casting. Faimez looks at you and says, "Do not get involved, daughter." But she does not do anything to hinder your spell, apparently, yet. Jason has his hand up.
Shad as a crow flaps it over towards Vanessa and goes, "Rah!"
Well, you're already on her shoulder, apparently, so...
Yeah, so I flap over to her and be like, "Rah!"
So are you attempting to disrupt my spell? Is that what you're doing?
No. I'm warning off Phi Neza.
Oh, you're squawking toward her.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm interrupting her, not you.
Okay, so you were on her shoulder, and you decided to move while she's casting a spell. So you are there, and you are... So I would like Vanessa to roll me how about a straight wisdom? How about that?
Um, 34.
All right. So, though you are technically being trifled with during your spell being cast, your dedication and your precision and your faith does not allow you to be distracted by the crow. And
okay, and you did you hear Jason when he said he was squawking at Phi Mez?
Yes.
Not at me?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
Okay, so it is Boris's turn.
He is attacking. Oh, a big 2. That's going to hit.
Daryl's back.
Arm
Yay!
class up. 10.
I am sorry, that is a miss. Big Boris decides to spear again.
I'm trying to whirl and swish and be dexterous, and it made me miss.
Apparently the large body that you find yourself in, you're just not quite used to. And as you're trying your battle frenzy maneuvers, you seem to be a little clunky in your footwork. All right, it is the ogre's turn, and he yells out, and he tries to hit you. And he rolls and hits an armor class of 8.
Miss.
That is a miss. And I'm going to assume that that is because you managed to do your frenzy, and that's what causes you to have the extra elusiveness.
That is correct. But he would have missed anyway because natural is 7,
Oh.
so with the frenzy it's 4.
Okay, all
It's
right.
4
Very good.
right now.
Okay, and then Vanessa's spell goes off at the end of the round.
And she had simply made a helix sign with her hand as she said, "Let the blend protect Boris, deflect the wounds that he might be inflicted, and cast deflection on him."
All right, so even though I kind of remember, could you please, well, you're doing that to yourself, so I guess you know what to do.
Yeah, he gets a little bit of a glow about him, and I get a saving throw versus death on every attack that hits, and it's half on melee and 0 on melee. Missile, I'm sorry. Half on melee, 0 on missile, if I make the saving throw. Otherwise, it's normal.
All right. So, you cast the spell, and this gentle helix sort of like floats over and goes down and kind of gives a brief cocoon-like wrap around Boris before it... now, I don't remember, in the spell description, it doesn't say that he's like got some kind of thing that's like glimmering about him. It just kind of happens.
No.
So...
Right.
The spell...
there might be a glint if it deflects a hit or something.
So as the helix goes over and kind of goes down over the top of Big Boris, and it kind of encapsulates him and circles him, and then it dissipates, and then Boris is like, oh, he has a different feeling about him, like somebody's giving him a big hug. All right, and now it is the end of the round, and I don't hear anything from the gathered individuals. Anything? Nothing. Okay. So, hold on. What, Clark?
Now, hold on.
So the dwarf has a gleam in his eye, like, do I want to do something? And then he's like, oh, blah, 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 I wouldn't, oh, no, I wouldn't.
Do any
Fingers the
actors
hills.
make a move?
No, they're just enjoying the show. Apparently, they.
Okay, Guy doesn't react. If an Acker Raven moves, Guy will react.
I rolled for each ogre, and they all came up with high numbers, incredibly. And the giant rolled a natural 20, which is why he was like, yeah, this is gonna be great. Okay. Meanwhile, as the DM, I was like, you fucking pussies, get in there and kill them. Oh.
What?
Okay. So, Faimez looks at you, Vanessa, and says, I think I'll play too. And she begins casting a spell. Actions from Boris, same?
Attack, yes.
Okay, anyone else?
I guess.
I see her casting, I start casting.
She flies to the top of the main mast.
Well, hold on. Bart, go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you noticed.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have your dice. I'll do it.
Mark, okay, yeah.
You rolled a 6. That is a failure. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. I don't know your... I guess I should look to make sure here. There you are. Intelligence. 8, 6... Okay, yeah, no, you did not notice her casting a spell.
Okay.
With Michael, is that about 16?
I said perception check. Did you roll a d10 and a d6?
For perception?
Yes.
Oh.
D30, man, plus your thing.
Oh, okay, that's D30.
So what'd you get on your d6 and d10?
80 or 94.
No, a d6 and a d10.
Yeah. D10, I got 9 and a 4.
You got a 4 on your d6?
4 on D6, 9 on D10.
Okay, that's 19. Plus your intelligence
18.
for a total of... Come on!
Yes. And
37. Okay, so you do notice her starting to cast a spell.
I guess I'll cast.
So you're going to cast a spell, okay? Is that it?
Yeah.
No, from everybody?
Shad flew to the top mast.
Shad will move, okay?
Well, the top of the room, if there's a branch or something at the top of the room.
Okay. Daryl, roll initiative. Beat a 1. My side is sped up.
Oh.
Nice.
I got
okay. So, Faimez. I need to look up the casting time of that spell.
You creep.
Want me to look at it for you, Don? I can tell you what it does.
I
I can tell you what it doesn't.
I got it right here, Jackwagon.
Oh, finesse. Mmm. Finesse. I got something for you. But you knew that. This is how they won World War II, man.
They fought it out.
Yeah, man. SA-5, whatever the hell that was. I don't know. Some paratroopers and some gunpowder.
Okay. You here, you would understand, Vanessa, these words. Give our warriors the skin of the ancients. And she points her hand out, and you see a tiny little mote of white light go and strike the ogre fighting you, and you see just for a second it's like it goes and goes all over his skin before it goes away. And so it did something.
So I've got my essay written.
Shut up.
I've been working on it for about a week. So now I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly to edit.
He's going to show you how this and that can be that.
He's going to show us how, for sure.
For 1995.
All right. And then we go to... so there's other people involved. So, Pikel...
Boris is on media.
What is the casting time of your
average.
spell?
6.
Okay, so that would be average. So, and then, so, Shadrach flies up into the air and he looks for the closest tree. Is that correct?
The topmost point without being, inhibited. Yeah.
But considering you're out in the open air, you can fly all the way up until you can't breathe anymore. So I guess you just fly up in the air.
It's wide open. I thought there was a canopy. Okay. I will fly to the edge of the canopy and perch there.
You started this fight, man.
Aye.
So you're gonna fly. You're gonna fly away from the battle ring. Did I not make it clear what the fuck you're looking at, or am I fucking an idiot?
I'm very clear. I'm going to fly above Boris, but not... Yeah, I'm going to fly above Boris. I thought there was a canopy.
And how close would you like to be to Boris?
40 feet above him.
All right. So you do that. And then we go to... the winner side of fast. So technically that guy should have attacked, but none of that matters. So that guy will now attack Boris. So the ogre swings, blah, 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 yeah, and he says, "This is the most fun I've had since I ate a baby." And he rolls and hits an armor class of 1.
And my big fat feet keep me from dodging out of the way.
But you need to save versus something. Death magic?
That's correct.
Was it death magic?
Death magic, yep. And I got a 10. I matched it.
And
so
then
half.
Half, okay. So we do this first. And that would be 13 reduced to 6. And then we do the knockdown and no chance of knockdown. Okay. And then we go to you guys. So either Boris or Pikel gets to go. You guys can pick unless you just want to go by the speed of your attack. Hearing nothing from anyone playing, we'll just go with what is the speed of a spear?
6.
What is the casting time?
6.
Simultaneous monkey. So we will resolve these separately, but they happen at the same time. So roll an attack first, but don't say what it is until I call for it. Boris. Just have the dice ready. Okay. So.
I just rolled. You said roll.
I know, but don't say what the number is yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Pykel, cast your spell. What are you casting?
In Dwarven, whatever that translates to, he'll say, Father, I call upon thee to look over my friends. Bring your hammer down on his foe, and he casts prayer.
Prayer.
Let's do my dude.
Woohoo!
Prayer, okay. What is the, where do you center the area of effect? It's a 60-foot radius, which means it's 30 foot on all sides away from a center point.
I'll sit around Boris.
Okay. Those in the area at the instant the spell is completed are affected for the duration of the spell. When the spell is completed, all attack and damage rolls and saving throws made by those in the area of effect who are friendly gain a +1, while those of the priest's enemies suffer a -1 penalty.
Oh, +1 more. Okay. +2. I'll grow.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, you cast that spell, and oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh. And oh. Okay. So you cast the spell. He kind of sits up and looks and starts to smile.
Who's it he?
The giant. These other ogres here all are like, This one, however, as after you cast the spell, you hear, ah! And apparently it really made him mad. And apparently he's going to come to try to kill you. So, okay. And now we go to Boris. What armor class did you hit?
I hit a -4.
Well, that is still a hit. When you strike him, you see his skin like kind of like where it hits like a white kind of like some kind of energy, and your spear goes right through it. So then it like there's like almost like a cracking sound, even though there's nothing that falls away, and you do damage. Roll Dinkus.
5 points.
Okay. All right. And then
Shake my head.
at the end of the round, this ogre
So I've got my essay written.
moves and
I've been
attacks
working on it for about a week.
Pykel.
And I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly to edit. Okay, so here's my essay.
Fucking YouTube, you're ruining it.
Yeah. Fuck you too.
Okay.
Thank you, dude.
Pykel, do you turn and face the ogre that's coming at you?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he was pretty excited, so there's no surprise on that one. And he rolls to hit. And yeah, that's a charge because that's over 2 squares. With the pink die of death, he rolls and hits an armor class of 2.
Does that give us? You had his -5 in there.
Minus. Hold on. Let's see if that. No, it doesn't yet. Yeah, you gotta remind me of that. That's good. Okay, so you said you're doing it there. That would be 6. So he would have been just out of the range of that prayer. Although if he moves, when the spell is completed, all of those in the area of effect. Okay, so that does not affect him. So with a -4, that would put him in an armor class of 6.
All right.
Is that a hit?
Yeah, you miss.
Okay. So with your small size, you managed to avoid his clubbing fist. And for some reason, he tried to punch you instead of hit you with the axe. So, and you just go whoop, and you move out of the way. And now you are engaged. And that is everyone so far. So you hear some of the Acaramans are, there's like a cheering going on, and they seem to be really enjoying it. Okay, so that is the end of the round. Jason had his hand up.
He's going to shield check the closest ogre to him.
You're okay.
Well, the closest ogre to you would be, you have your choice of the one that's fighting Pykel or the, oh yeah, he would be the, yeah.
No, I'm going to hit the one fighting Pykel.
Okay.
Shield check him.
Okay. And are you going to move over there at the end of the round and do that?
I'm gonna.
Or are you gonna wait until next
him
round?
away from Pykel.
Okay,
I'm gonna just charge into him and push him away.
You move over there and you attempt to hit him with your shield, and you need to roll to hit.
All right. I hit armor class of 2.
All right. And you're proficient with the shield, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. Then there's no negative, so you hit. And you were doing a bash or a, what was your
So I've got my essay.
God damn,
I'm
fuck
shield
this.
check, so it's probably a bash.
So now I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly to edit. Okay, so here.
Fuck you. No,
Yeah.
No music. Fuck you.
I'm pushing him away from Pykel, basically, so it's a bash.
All right. So you are trying to push a large creature, and so that we will do strength checks. So roll a d20 and add your strength.
Indeed, sir. Oh,
Okay. What'd you get?
30. I rolled a 15, and my strength is 15.
Man, he got a 31. So you come over, you like run right into him, ba-bam, and you start to like push him away just a little bit, and then he kind of like turns and peers over your shield and goes, and kind of shrugs his shoulder, and you kind of go back to where you were in the square there, and that's where that ends. You were like very close, but he just he managed to dig his heels in right at that last instant before you could push him back. Okay. And that is the end of round 5. So,
I've got to pee.
if you want to go ahead and take a pee, Daryl, go ahead.
I mean, it's 9 o'clock. I didn't know if you were going to end it or...
I didn't realize what time it was. My bad. Okay, well...
We were having too much fun.
Isaiah's off.
Hey, man, hurry up.
Isaiah's off tomorrow, so it's like I didn't even think about it. But you want to...
round.
Let's go for like another... Well, it's up to Daryl, I guess. Who's got to get up the earliest? What time do you get up, Clark?
Yeah, 4-ish.
Ooh, that's early. Okay, we'll do one more round. That's fine.
I have no claim because tomorrow's my day off. So
Obviously, if I didn't get up early myself, I'd be like, you fucking pussy. But I get up at 3:30 several days, so I understand.
I go to bed at 6 and 7 o'clock. So there you go.
Well,
There's a difference.
I thought you worked overnight, so you.
I do.
Yeah.
I work from like 6:30 to like 6 in the morning.
Yeah. So.
Average.
Okay. So.
So I go to bed at like 8. I come home, I watch a movie, and go to bed.
So we got one more round, and because another person got involved, I need to roll again. So. No. Yes.
I didn't start this fight, Clark.
No. Uh-oh. Yes, definitely. That's fucking no good. And not enough. Okay. So, at the end of the round, whenever Guy decided to go up and get involved, what was it? This guy here, no, it was this one, that's right. This guy here is like, yeah! And you hear behind one of them getting all fired up, and he apparently is going to go after you. And then the big guy fucking rolled a natural one. He's like, run! And Vanessa hears, I can't take it! Fuck these motherfuckers! I'm gonna kill them all! And the giant on the throne says, puts his hand out.
That is much better.
And points his thumb down. Which means they're all fucking going for it. And now the Acaraymans are like, oh, look out! Ah! And, yeah, not good. All you hear is Covidius in the background of all this say, don't get involved! Okay. So, apparently all of the ogres are going for it. And so I need action. So we'll start with Boris.
Attack.
And then we go to Pykel.
Cat, maybe.
Okay, we'll come back to Pykel. Guy.
Attack the closest ogre.
Okay. And then we go to Bart.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not doing nothing right now.
Vanessa.
Parlay.
Okay, so we're going to need an action from Pykel and Bart. So Pykel, you have 5 seconds to say an action or you don't do anything.
Cassie.
Okay. And Bart.
Okay. There's shit. Who's the space between us and the ogres? Can I get a wall of force up between them and us?
You can certainly try. The ogres, can you see the map? Let me, I'll take another picture and I'll send it. Just to make it easier than, that's fine. Not an issue. I like doing this. So, let's do this. Let's come back here and then let's go to picture. And then I'll take a picture from this side. And then what you will see is you'll see on the bottom, there's Covidius and Terminus who are like watching and really don't want to get involved. And Covidius is going, don't get involved. And the Acaraymans seem to be listening to him. After all, he is the duster. And then you can see Paco is next to Bart. And then you can see some of the ogres there. And then the yellow, that's Guy, and he and Pykel are currently fighting the one in front of them. The one that's behind Guy, he's pretty obviously going for Guy. And then just past Guy, up on the top right there, you got Finez, Vanessa, and Big Ogre, who has not shown his hand where he's going yet. Then in the middle there you got Boris with the sword and an ogre in front of him. In the very back you can see a fuzzy giant sitting on his throne, and on the far left is an ogre that you don't know where he's going, but he's probably going to go to someone who's the closest, so probably Boris, you would think. And then there's the one that's in front of Covidius and Terminus, and he could go any number of places. So Bart, there you go. So obviously, if you want to attempt that wall of force or whatever, go for it. I say, what's the worst that can happen other than character death? And so, are you casting a spell, Bart? Is that your action?
Yeah, I'm casting glitter dust.
Okay, you're casting a spell. That's great. And then
Yeah.
Jason has his hand up.
Shad will fly into the middle of the obvious circle and turn back into a human.
Okay. That's great. All right, so Boris, roll initiative, please, for a final round of the night. Beat a... Oh, no!
It's been a while.
Nice! This could not go
Final round of the night.
any better. Daryl, roll a d20, please.
I shall.
Beat a 2.
Let's roll the black one. 12.
Okay, this happens to you. Roll another d20, please. Or to your
Please.
side, I should say.
2.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So,
Brad's trying to hypnotize
This is
him.
my own goes on one.
I need Bart. Hold on, no, hold on, Shaq Raggle, hold on. I need Bart, Guy, Pykel, Boris is, what are you wearing, Boris? Isn't it nothing, just like a loincloth?
Yeah, loincloth and a cowl made from hide.
Okay. Yeah. So I need Guy, Pykel, and Bart, basically anyone wearing armor, to roll a d20.
Oh, shit.
And I will ask for numbers. So let's start with Guy.
13
And then
plus whatever.
let's go to Pykel.
4.
And let's go to Bart.
16.
Okay, you are the recipient of armor trouble. A random combatant has trouble with his armor. Bart, roll a d6.
2.
Okay. As you are getting ready to cast a spell,
Oh.
your hood on your cloak flies up over your head.
Okay.
Somehow,
Dang it.
some way, it causes your spell to go poof.
I'm not using I'm using my armor's ability.
Aha.
Okay, well, you said cast a spell, so what am I supposed to do now?
Same thing, basically, isn't it?
No, you are using a magic item.
Okay. Alright.
So,
This spell
I am willing to believe that you made an honest mistake, but since you are a Crumpwinkle, you're gonna have to roll. You're gonna have to do a level check on a D30 to see if you can get away with it.
A double Crumpwinkle, man, on a D30.
So
Wow.
Bart, roll a D30 and tell me what number you roll. Bart, are you there?
Ain't nobody here but us, chicken.
It's a double Crumpwinkle with a D30. Come on, man.
He might be going to get his dice. I don't know. All right, well.
That fan.
I would, if you're going to double Crumpwinkle me in the D30, I'm going to go get the dice.
I think
Okay.
that fan got him.
Well, Brad, can you hear me?
Hold on.
Okay.
There he is. Come on, Crumpwinkle.
A 20.
All right. So, the dice favor you. So, you are using a magic item. Okay.
Right.
So, I will tell you the speed of using a magical item. It says here, potions are on average, scrolls are on very slow, rod, staff, or wand is fast, miscellaneous magical item, average. For most magical items with function that do not emulate combat or spellcasting actions, which this is not, the magic of the item is activated during the resolution step. Okay, so average is when your item activates. Okay, and what that also means is that you can move first if you want before you use a magic item.
Okay.
So we start with very fast, which is no one. And then we go to fast, and Peichel said he was casting, so what is the casting time of your spell?
1 second. Who's around me?
Guy and an ogre?
The geese a little too close. Alright. It's 4.
Okay. So that would, on a spell, that would be on average. Okay. So, let's see. Does anyone wish to move on fast? Parlaying happens on your base initiative, and for Vanessa, how tall are you? Are you 7 feet?
7.5.
7. Okay, so you're still considered medium size. So you would go ahead and parlay. You would start that now.
Mother, you might be right about them.
She says, what? She says, what, it's nice to see your wisdom is able to be modified by your experiences. What would you say the next time these humans disappoint you?
I don't know. They are my friends, but some of them are rash, and the ogre was no help, intimidating as he was.
She says, I hope you will say, of course they did.
The ogres and the humans may be as beastly as one another.
Unfortunately for the humans, they were not graced by the creators, so therefore they must be given direction and, in some instances, punishment and redirection. Take witness, my daughter, at how we straighten our business. And she looks over at the giant and does this weird bow where it looks like she doesn't know how to bow. And the fucking giant looks back over at her and does not even, he just looks at her and looks away as if what she did meant nothing. Okay.
See?
So that was your turn on fast, and now does anyone want to move?
Remember, Shad turned into a human in the middle of the circle of people.
Okay, so he flies down, and Shadrach is where the fuck?
And my hands are open
Where the
towards the king.
Where the fuck did shit? There he is. All right.
So put me back in the middle of the circle of people.
Circle of people.
Move towards you.
Okay.
That middle of that ring of people. There's a ring of characters. Put me in the middle of that ring. There you go.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, right there.
All right.
That's good enough.
There you go. And then you go. And if you're missing any hit points,
I'm human.
Are you missing any hit points?
No, I'm good. I'm fine.
All right. So then, hearing no other movement, we then go to average, and this is simultaneous. So we got.
He goes on average twice if he gets a chance.
So we got basically all of this happening at once. That the attacks and then the movement will come after. So, Bart, we'll just start with you. What magic item are you using?
I'm invoking the spirit of blackout.
And what does that look like?
Please.
All of a sudden, it, like a big puff of smoke, and dragon appears out of the fucking smoke. And I tell it to devour the ogres, all of them.
And where, what square would you like this to appear?
Let's see. That one right there. Oh.
That one right there.
Right in between us and the...
So here's Bart. And it can
Okay.
only, it can be a certain number of a distance away. So we'll say this way is north. That way is north, we'll just say. So which way?
North, big open space in the middle.
Like here?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
now we can establish north.
a
I figured up was north. So
a medium size entity appears, and Bart.
It's like a big black poop of smoke.
A medium-sized?
That is correct.
Okay.
Shad throws his arms up in front of his face.
And let's go ahead and take a picture of that because we know how that's great.
Holy shit!
Yes, it is.
Shad's getting a full-on blast.
Okay, so I got a miniature that is a man-sized Sloogie, and that's where he said he wanted it. And then I'll take a picture, another picture that's a little further back here, just to give an idea of what we're looking at again, right
Look
now,
out, Vanessa!
at the beginning of the round. And then,
Excellent.
so, if I remember correctly, I sent you all of the stuff about it.
Excellent.
And boy, that's way the fuck back there, isn't it? You some talking motherfuckers here. Actually, I think I created that for in here. So.
Those are the worst. The fucking motherfuckers.
Oh, really? You're gonna be an ass clown? Okay.
Well, is there any other way to be?
The ass bomb. Wow.
No.
That's Mr. Ass Bomb to use there.
Ass clown. Sure.
Excellent. This is excellent. This is the way it should be.
So cancel. Yes.
You don't want to have to pull it out so soon, but fuck it. You got a big dick, you ready to go swing around.
Oh yes. Oh Brad, thank you.
Hold on.
If you got them levels, let's let them lay them out, man. Spread the load.
There it is. Okay. Okay, so you all see a translucent but almost opaque form of a medium-sized dragon. And it manifests in that space that you can see within the range. Brad, do you have the stats for that?
No, I do not. You know, there's so many stats for the dragon.
Okay, so... I'm sorry, it's not medium size, it's considered large. I fucked that up. Hold on. So it's considered large, just so you know. It has an armor class of 0. Are you writing this down?
Oh, no, not yet, but I will.
I thought medium seemed small.
Yeah, me too. I figured at least large.
So it's like the same size as all these ogres and Big Boris.
Okay.
Armor class is 0, 60 hit points.
60.
It can, it has a
Claw, bite, breath.
movement of 12. But it can also swim 6 if need be.
Right.
Holy shit.
24.
It has infravision. It understands the languages you speak, but also whenever you summon it, you can speak to it in Draconic, which means if you summon it and you want to speak to, if there's another dragon around and you summon it, then you can understand other dragons as long as it's out on the field.
Okay.
It is resistant to acid, which means it takes half damage from acid and none on a successful save. It can use a breath weapon or a melee. And the breath weapon is a 30-foot cone, 2d6 acid damage, a half on a save, and it gets apparently, according to the spell description, it gets 1 melee attack, and it does a d6 plus 10 for damage.
What, D6 plus 10?
Yes. But it uses your Thaco to hit.
Okay.
And it has a reach of 10 feet, which is 2 squares away, it can go, doesn't have to be next to the target.
Right.
And I have this written up as a spell, but
Yeah, because we took it from the spell book. It was a new spell in one of the grimoires or
but
something.
that's okay. So you got the most important stuff there.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I said, that is a large dragon, and I don't know if I've got a large dragon or not. So that we'll just imagine. We'll just
You
imagine.
got a wyvern? A wyvern would be about the right size.
We'll use that for now because it is a dragon. Then I'll find a cool one online somewhere, I'm sure. Okay, so we're in round 6, and you just did that. Okay, so you cast the spell. It does not have summoning sickness, so it attacks like when you would attack. So, well, it's large, so no, it's going to go on slow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we'll get to slow here in a second. We're still on average. Okay, so you went. Then we go to everybody else. So, the axes that these creatures are using are slower than a 6. So, Guy, you're up.
I will shield check the ogre again.
All right, roll the hit, please.
I hit armor class of 1.
That's a hit.
It's a shield check.
Shield bash, I think, is the
And I have the proficiency of, I have medium shield, which I'm using.
Yes, you do. Okay. Ew.
I'm keeping Pykel, I'm keeping him off Pykel is what I'm doing.
Is Paco countering?
No, if anything, Paco is probably covering Shad. I don't know because.
Okay. So here's the thing. He is a squire or a henchman. So as long as you say nothing, he doesn't help, but also he can't die unless somebody rolls a 1 or attacks him.
Right.
But if you want him to interfere, then he gets opened up to all possibilities. That's the way that shit works.
He will do the protect thing on Shad.
So a shield punch. Okay. So roll a D. I just had it here. Hold on. Roll a D.
Roll.
Roll. You fucking prick.
Oh, I don't have that one.
D12, man. Just D12.
D12 is a fucking dick. Okay. Roll a fucking dick dice, man. Oh, it's a D12.
Daryl, what time do you get up in the morning?
Oh, what is it now? 6,
Tell me
5.
to roll a die, Cobb.
Just
Tell me
roll
to
a
roll a die.
Just roll a D6. That's fine. Fuck it.
All right, I roll a D6. I rolled a 4.
All right. So that would be on Pykel's. Okay.
Oh, of course.
Well, that's the one you said you wanted to hit.
Thanks,
okay.
Michael.
And roll a roll strength. Oh, I rolled low. Beat a 24.
Who rolls strength?
You, Gee.
Gee, all right. Okay, I rolled a 25.
All right. He is knocked down.
Ooh.
All right. And then we go to Boris.
All right. Let's see if I can hit this guy. And I want to point out that I've forgotten to take 3 attacks every 2 rounds, so I'm taking 2 attacks this round.
Great.
17. It's a -5.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
6 points.
Don't forget to add 1.
Yeah. Roll
7 points. That's right. The prayer spell's in effect.
All right. And I think, Pykel, you were casting a spell, or is that correct?
Yeah.
And your, I think your spell was a 6 as well, or what's the casting time of it?
Wrong. I know mine was a 4, but
Well, go ahead.
alright, he's gonna hold his holy symbol right, I guess right in the ogre's face now.
Well, the ogre's prone.
So he's probably about face level with him. I hold my symbol and say, "See the light of morning, you stupid ogre," and a bright, brilliant ray's gonna blast it right. And he's catching Scorching Ray.
Yeah, I think I know that one.
I like that one.
You stupid ogre.
That's Sun Scorch, I think.
Yay.
There's a Scorching Ray as well.
Is there?
Right in your stupid ogre face.
Thought so.
Pykel, what's the name of the spell?
Sun Scorch.
Sun Scorch.
Oh, there you go.
Brilliant ray of scorching light. Heat. White
Yes.
it's coming from the sky, apparently.
Okay, yes. Brilliant ray. So you cast your spell, and suddenly, from out of the sky, a blasting ray comes down,
Nice.
hits right where the creature is. He is entitled to a saving throw versus spells. Okay, and he rolls a 11, which is close enough where I have to look it up.
Boo.
Okay, so we want to come over here and do, actually I actually have that on one of my things already, right here.
Scorching Ray's pretty rad spell.
No? Other spell?
No, it's a good one.
Spells. No, that is a failure. He needs a 16. So, what happens?
He takes 1d6 plus my level, which is a 6 plus my level, which is a lot. A couple few.
14.
What's your level, bro?
I'm 7. So 13.
13.
13 points of dampness. All right, this thing, he gets knocked down, which makes his saving throw even harder. And he can't get out of the way, and it's like, and a little after the ray then goes back up into the sky, and you hear just like off in the distance the clanging of hammer on stone, and then the creature is like there's a little bit of smoke and dark skin, and he's going on the ground. Ah!
And he's blinded for 3 rounds.
Very nice.
Wow.
All right, let's mark him. He is blinded for 3 rounds. All right, it was 13, so
excellent.
17.
Indeed.
All right, and then we go to the creatures.
Oh. Chad will take any attack on him and will not respond.
So, at the same time, No, not at the same time. Okay. Well, actually, yeah, this is all simultaneous. Theoretically, as he is going to the ground.
Well, let's start with magical energy.
He will strike out that Michael. Oh, that is a natural 1. Oh no. Failure. And a 21. The creature, his weapon hits off Michael's armor, but it hits in this weird way, and okay. The weapon could have broken, but it made a saving throw with an 18. So that is what happens. Okay. We then go to this guy who will move up and attack Guy. And he rolls and he hits an armor class of 9.
No, that's going to miss.
Unfortunately,
even with a flank, he's going to miss.
Even with a rear attack and no shield, that is still a miss. And then we go to wow. This one. And this one. And this one. Now, as this big guy moves away and from Vanessa's front square, technically she's entitled to an attack of opportunity. Does she take it?
She will use her staff to attempt to trip.
All right, roll an attack, please.
5. I hit an armor class of 11.
All right. I'm sorry that missed. You take your staff and you kind of stick it out there, and the big guy just kind of kicks right through it. Ter-clang, and just keeps going, almost like he didn't even notice. Okay. Now, also, as this one goes past the dragon there, the dragon gets an attack of opportunity on that one. So, Brad, if you could roll an attack for your draconic spirit.
Okay. Oh, why don't you roll 1 for shut up?
That'd be great.
Yeah, find it. Where the fuck am I just doing that? There we go. Oh. 15.
All right. 15. I know what your THAC0 is. That is a hit. Roll a d6 plus 10, please.
Ouch. 14.
All right. That would be this one.
Ow.
All righty. And now... Yep. Okay. So unfortunately, Boris, you are surrounded. All right.
And I'm a whirling dervish.
You are, and you
with
have
big
that,
old feet.
and you have the spell going still. What is the duration on the spell that protects?
The deflection is 16 rounds, and it's in
Okay.
its 3rd.
So you got a good long protection. Okay, so we'll start with the one on the top. Hits an armor class of 0.
Hit.
So save versus death, please.
16.
That's a
I need a
save.
10.
So you take half of this. You take half of 7, which is 3. And you need to... no, you don't. Okay. And then we go to that one. He hits an armor class of 12. That's a miss. Then we go to...
Thank goodness.
This one over here has a flank. Armor class of 6.
Miss.
Okay. Even with the flank attack. And then the one from the back, the big fucker. Now, you want if you can turn to face the big guy, but then if you do, you will be subjected to attacks from the ones that you turn your back to. Okay, the answer is no.
I will not.
Okay. And he's doing a charge, so here we go. He'll probably roll a natural 1. Yeah, natural 1! I knew it!
Oh, yes! Unbelievable! He gets to slam the other guy out of my way.
Is that the same thing? Nope. Holy shit! Holy shit. Okay.
He's good. The ball's on his weapon.
So this
It could
motherfucker,
happen.
charges in. Blah! Holy shit. Holy shit.
No way.
That's 5 more hits, man.
Holy shit. Okay. So this motherfucker runs in. You don't turn your back because you're like, oh, fuck that. So he comes in, and he fucking cleaves down. Fucking hits his foot. Dunk, dunk. Slams into this motherfucker right here. Bagoosh! Goes back flying back to there. Huge gash right across his fucking side. He's like, the one stops right there, and he's like, oh no!
And then make you feel.
Does 20 points of damage on that motherfucker, and the one on the ground is stunned.
Damn.
Oops.
Okay, so that's him. So that's all of them, and he's already gone. Okay, and now we go to slow, which is your second attack, Boris, and I think Guy.
Alright.
You would
He
get a
gets 2
second.
attacks.
You would get a second attack if you were using your specialized weapon, but
Yeah,
you're
you're
not.
right. My sword.
So
You're right.
Boris, take your second attack, and which one of these motherfuckers would you like to hit? Because the one you were fighting just got killed.
So the one that cleaved him is still standing?
No. I'm not sure what your question is. The one that you were fighting first, he just got accidentally killed by his buddy. And he's on the ground
Right.
now. So now you got
So the
him,
guy
him, and him.
The guy that killed him, is he still standing there?
Oh yeah, he's right behind you.
I'm spearing him.
Now if you turn around, you will be subjected to 2 free attacks.
Okay, I will attack the one I'm facing already.
That's this one. Alright.
Yes.
Alright, because he's technically...
I rolled a 1.
Oh no! God, level check! There's my Daryl. Roll a level check.
17.
Okay, not quite good enough. Roll another one.
25.
25. Okay. Okay. Boris, tell me what you have on your person.
I have a loincloth. I took my backpack off, and I kept only one spear in my hand, and I have an axe in my belt,
Okay.
and a cowl on my shoulders and head.
I tell my shoulders.
Your belt, in the melee, somehow gets undone. Floop, floop.
Oh.
It falls.
You got pants, man.
Roll a d20. Roll a d20, Boris.
Oh, there they are.
10.
Oh, that's close. Okay, let me look that up.
Right down the middle.
Not
Lose
there.
1d6.
Am I going to have to recruit a check?
You got a gump check. Roll d6.
Okay, not there.
That's a 2d3 gump check.
And not there. How about item saving throws? How about that?
You poop in your own shoe.
Item saving throw. There we go. Okay. Leather. What'd you roll?
Hey.
Daryl?
10.
Okay, no. Leather, oh no, it's not it's a... Okay, that's still good enough.
Oh.
Okay, so the belt, though it got like stomped on, apparently it is still in one piece, but it's on the ground, and therefore your axe is on the ground with it. Okay. So, we now go to... That, I guess, is everybody. You said you wanted Paco to move up to Shadrach. Is that right? He's going to be getting involved.
To give him protection, the protection action.
All right, there you go, Paco. You're now part of the field. Good luck to you. Okay.
He's been there all this long.
And now if someone wanted to move... Oh, no, now we go to the Draconic Spirit. And it, what would you like it to do, Bart? There's an ogre right next to it.
Yeah, it's breath weapons. It.
Okay. So it turns and releases a translucent spirit-like acidic substance.
30-foot cone.
That would be those three. Well, that one's dead. It doesn't matter.
That's a
So
fucked up breath weapon, man.
those two will have to save. So, Bart, roll your damage. Do you know what the damage is on that?
I don't remember. I wrote it down, but shit by now.
2d6 plus 10, wasn't it? No, the bite was d6 plus 10.
I just thought it was like a poison saving throw that was like nastily low.
I thought he said 2d6 plus something.
No, just,
Maybe, I don't know.
2D,
I haven't done
2D,
Black Dragon in years.
2d6. Just 2d6. So roll your dinkus.
8.
Okay, so the closest one rolls a failure. The second one rolls a success with a 19. Okay, so the first one takes 8 and the second one takes 4.
Acid damage. Doesn't that do damage every round? Or for a couple rounds?
It gets 3 a day, or
3 breath weapons a day?
yeah.
Each is zero. I only have each for an hour a day, so.
Okay, so each, well, it's 3 per day, I guess. If you get him an hour a day, I don't know if you can send him away and then bring him back for 50. I'm assuming you can bring him once up to an hour.
Right.
Okay. And 29. Okay.
I was of the objection that it must be 1 breath weapon per round or physical attack. Choice.
That's what I thought he read.
Yeah.
What was it?
One, you either get the breath weapon or all physical attacks.
Oh, yeah.
Right. The melee or the breath.
Yeah.
And if he gets it 3 times per day, then he can do it 3 times in a row. But after that, he's done.
Yeah.
Dragons can be defeated. They're not invincible.
Okay. All right. So that just happened, and those guys hasn't been hit yet, so they got their first damage, and that one now gets its second attack, and it is still behind you, Big Boris.
Mothers. Oh.
Big.
Oh no.
So
What?
let's go to this blue dice right here. That hits an armor class of -2. So
Hit.
save versus death magic, please.
11. Made it by 1.
All right, you take half of 12 for 6,
Rock. Come on, Boris.
and
Boris looks like his leg buckles a little under the smack.
you do
Come
not
on,
have
Boris.
you do not have to save versus paralyzation. So, okay, we got done, 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 done,
Dun-dun-dun.
done.
Okay, after Shad turns human, when can I cast or do anything?
Next round.
Okay.
But that is the end of the round, so theoretically some people can move, but if you move, you may be subjected. Now, Shadrach's already moved, Paco's moved, Bart has not, so he can still take a half move if he wants. Guy can move,
Oh my God.
but he would be subjected to an attack of opportunity. Pykel could move, and he would be subjected to an attack of opportunity from the one on the ground, even though he's blind.
But he's blind, he's going as far. I guess I could move, but I'll stay.
And Boris could move, but he would be subjected to attacks. And Vanessa is over there with her mom, and it's up to her if she thinks she would be subjected or not. So, anything from anyone?
She's wagging her finger.
He
Okay.
holds his ground.
All right. So that is the end of round 7. And we should stop there, only because I know guys got to get up early. And I will
Thanks,
take
everybody.
I will
We're
take a
staying up a little bit later.
I will take a picture of this, so in case things need to be moved, and I will send that picture to you all as well, and then cut it out. Cut it out.
Possession cop.
Yeah, good times.
We hit the beach. It's D-Day. Oh yeah.
Of course, you guys weren't supposed to fucking
How
fight.
can Clark blame me
All
for
these fucking
starting
ogres.
this fight? That's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit, man.
It kind of felt that way. It kind of felt that way, man.
Hey, hi.
Okay,
I
so
love y'all.
with
I
those
love
2
y'all.
pictures, we should be able to set up with no issues. Okay, all right.
And you got Bart. You gonna blame me? You got this guy? What?
All right. Thank you for playing. We'll see you next week, fellas. Be good.
Remember the 30th is gonna be the big one.
Yay.
Yay!
Yeah, Brad. Make sure the people that like you, make them move
Just show up.
make them
for a
move
little
your
bit, Brad.
birthday to Friday.
I'll at least be on the phone if nothing else.
Yay! I love y'all.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you, Internet, for watching. All 9 of you. And let's bring it home.